Yahweh Shem Shah. Yahweh Shem Shah. Rakta Yahweh Shah. Rakta Yahweh. Rakta Yahweh. Rakta Yahweh Shah.
And the city was pure gold like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprasus, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of one pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass.
When we analyze the scriptures and think of it spiritually, we can see the bigger picture and the greatness of the kingdom, how it's going to be. But we still just have a little inkling. We really don't have the fullness. Remember, Yahweh said it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. So what do you think is going to come with the kingdom of heaven? Many benefits. So we have no clear idea what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. Specifically, we just have ideas. Some brothers have a better imagination than others. They may be able to draw certain things based off of what we read in scriptures, but to actually grasp the actual glory of it would be like the Apostle Paul trying to explain the spiritual realm. Where he said it wasn't lawful for me and there were not enough words to express the magnificence and the beauty of the spirit world. You see? So we can only speak on carnal things and imagination that we may have of how the kingdom is going to be, but the greatness of it, the glory of it, we don't know yet until it actually comes.
For as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. But God hath revealed them unto us by his Spirit.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation, and hope for lick out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lick, the believers. All right. They have came back to the obedience of the scripture through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. And what I want to go into today, is just how, we're being prepared for greatness, man. We're being prepared for greatness. And one thing, that we have to remember, all right, is that we are the sons, and daughters of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, a special people. And the Lord, he has great things prepared, for those you see, who was chosen from the beginning, all right, to be part of that, election. He has great, all right, he has great expectations, for the men, all right, and even the women of the believers of Israel. Hold on, Salaki, real quick. Hey, Shalom. Yeah, brother. All right, Shalom. Yeah, Salaki, so we go into it. Like I always say, we have a lot to look forward to because, Yahweh Shema Shah is a righteous power, and he's gonna, fulfill, everything written in the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's get to the precepts. Hold on. All right. So when you go now, when you read this chapter in Jeremiah, you see the title and it says message, to the exiles. All right. And when you go down into it, all right, and these were the Israelites that were taken captive, into ancient Babylon, under Nebuchadnezzar. And Jeremiah, had an epistle, written to him, So when you go into it, all right, you get to the 11th verse. Now, Yahweh Shema Shai is talking about his favor that he's going to have, on his people. So when you read Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." See, Yahweh Shema Shai has a has a mindset of blessing the elect of his people in these times, because we've been punished, for our iniquities, we've been punished time and time again for our iniquities. Now the Lord is finna bless us, according to his goodness and his will, and he put the spirit on particular men and women to repent and be conformed into a righteous standard, all right, because he has an expected end for us, man. Because even when you go and let's get that in Isaiah. You see, that's why it's called the good news, man. This is good news for us, man. All right. Imagine you serving a prison sentence and you don't know when you getting out. All right, but then you get a letter, with good news. It tells you about the signs, the things that will be going on before you're released. And then you start seeing those things happen, all right, that the letter, speaks of. You will be excited, man, because you have good news. Like, it's bad news for for the masses, but it's good news for the elect. Now we go to Isaiah 40:1. It says, comfort ye, my people, said your power. All right. And this is a word of comfort, man. This is a word of comfort. And Yahweh Shai, all right, he promised to the disciples that he would not leave us comfortless, man. You see? So the spirit that the Lord has put on particular men, all right, to understand the Bible and to break it down, that's a spirit of comfort, all right, for those that believe. This is on Isaiah 40:2. It says, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she had received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Yeah, so Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, is telling his men to what? Speak comfortably to Jerusalem, man. We're letting our people know, look, this is the end of our warfare. We've been prisoners of war. All right. We are exiled captives under our enemy Esau Edom. But see, now the Lord's anger is turning from us, man. Now favor is being showed towards, all right, those that believe. You see? And it said we have received double of the Lord's hand, for our sin, man. So we've been punished. Now we come to a time of blessing, man. Now we come to a time of favor, man. You see? And the Lord is going to do good into his people, what they expected in. Let's get that in Isaiah. And he just rolling in the spirit. And you got Isaiah 54. And it's Isaiah 54:4. It says, fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed. All right. Well, and also another definition for shame is what? Disappointed. See, we're not going to be disappointed in what the Lord is about to do for his people, man. On every level. The way that he, goes to war, all right, against those that hate us, through his son Yahweh Shai, and the reward, that will be given, to the believers, man. We're not going to be disappointed in any type of way, man. And that's something that you got to get out your mind. If you think what's going on now, this society, this system, the way it's set up now is the best thing going, hey, man, you got to get that out your mind. All right. It says, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. Yeah, because basically the nation of Israel has been like a woman, all right, with no husband that's just been going to and fro, like a stray. you know, Israel been for the streets for a long time, man. All right, and that's why you have our people bug the hell out. That's into all type of things, man. All right, our people are heavily into Greek culture, because Westernization is nothing but an extension of Hellenization, of the time of the Greeks, man. You see, so our people have pretty much been turned out, by all these ways and mindsets that have been pushed upon us, man. And we all came up in these off and wayward ways, man. Let's see, now that's being put out for us, man. And now we're what? Being adorned by this wisdom, you know? We're conforming to righteousness, and this is adorning us. All right. We're being decked out in wisdom and understanding on how to move, man. You see? This is Isaiah 54:5. It says, for thy maker is thine husband, the Lord Yahweh Shem Al Shah of hosts is his name, and thy redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The power of the whole earth shall he be called. You see that? So now the Most High is finna come back into, fulfilling his role as likened unto a husband unto the nation of Israel. And what does a husband do? He provides, he protects, you see, and he sets up comforts, for his woman. You see, and that woman has to do what? Serve, all right, her husband. So as we are getting back into our lot as a nation as servants, the men are serving Yahweh Shema Shai. Well, now he's getting back into his role as being a husband over us, man. With protection and providing. You see, matter of fact, it's another one, Isaiah. It's Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, and it shall come to pass that in that day, and we come into that day, that the remnant, all right, going back to the elect, all right, because the elect is being prepared for greatness. That's why the elect have a different mind frame, a different spirit on them, as the scriptures say. And when you go into it, it says this Isaiah 10:20 says, it shall come to pass that in the day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, you see that? Escaped, that remnant that's gonna be brought through Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be, provided for. All right. It says, shall no more again, all right, stay upon him that smote them. And this is speaking of Esau, even my enemy, because now we're in a position where we go to him for the want of all things. But see, that's going to be, all right, discontinued. All right, we're not going to depend. The word stay is, you can replace that with the word depend. All right. So we shall no more again depend. You can use that word depend, and it make a little more sense upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, depend on the Lord, which what our husband, all right, in the spirit, the Holy One of Israel in truth, man. So it's just like, a husband, retire his woman from working, because when you're a woman, if your woman goes to a job, which in this society, most households have to be set up like this because, the way, all right, Esau has, the cost of living, you know. But just making the analogy, when your woman goes to work, she's pretty much serving, another master. See, you're supposed to be above, over her. She's supposed to be a servant unto you. But if she's going to work and serving someone else, well, she's giving her energy and her strength to another entity, you know. Well, so it's like the Most High, pretty much, he's finna retire his woman. All right, if you're able, to retire your woman where she doesn't have to work anymore, now she just depends. She depends on you, and see, that's gonna be way better because what? as a husband, you're gonna be way more, all right, understanding, you know, than a supervisor, all right, who has a supervisor that has a supervisor that has a supervisor. No, you're gonna be way more understanding, all right. It's gonna be way more comfortable for her to serve you, you know, than to serve the other entity because the other entity don't give a damn. All right. He's not gonna have the same mind frame that you're gonna have towards your wife. You know, she's just another number, just another employee to him. All right. But your wife, you're gonna have it's gonna be a certain type of care that you're gonna have for her, man. You know, so that's how the Lord is gonna do us, man. We're not gonna have to depend on this anymore. We're gonna depend on our power. And see, our power is gonna give us, abundance. You see, how about Shema Shai is gonna give, his woman abundance, man. You see? And that's the benefits of serving our power, man. So, we are being prepared for greatness, man. All right. Ain't no such thing as being, like these mandates going out. All right. The hell with these mandates, man. All right. The Most High is tired of his people working, all right, in this system anyway. We do what we got to do. We can jump through a loophole, which there have been brothers, that have been able to get, religious exemptions, so there's an option, you utilize it. But it's going to come a time where there's not even going to be an option anymore, But at the end of the day, the Lord, he has great things prepared for. We're being prepared for greatness, man. All right. And I know damn another 5-10 years of working these whack ass jobs, man. This is Jeremiah 29:12. It says, then ye shall call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. See, now the access, you know, to Yahweh Shem Shai has been open through Yahweh Shai. See what Yahweh Shai did, like he was, the scriptures talk about the joy that was set before Yahweh Shai. He endured the cross because he knew by doing that, one of the things that it would do, it will open up the access, between Israel, all right, and the Father. And it's through him, you know. So our prayers are being heard, all right, through who? Yahweh Shai, the mediator. Why is our prayers being heard now? Because the Lord is faithful to make a move on our behalf, man. All right. Jeremiah 29:13, it says, and ye shall seek me and find me. See, now we found Yahweh by Shema Shai. Now we found them, and now we can dwell in the courts. You see, now we can dwell in the courts of our power, man. And we can get the mysteries and understand the counsel of Yahweh by Shema Shai and what he plans to do, within the earth. Like understanding the prophecy is pretty much understanding the counsel of Yahweh by Shema Shai and what he intends to do. And everyone doesn't have these secrets and understand them, man. All right. It says, and ye shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart, with all our mind, man. And that's what we've done. We're seeking out our power. You see, we've sought out our power in these latter days, man, and we found him and he's found us, man. And Israel reunited with their power, that leads to greatness, man. All right. Why was David able to become a superpower? All right. Why was Israel able to become a superpower during the time of David? Because we was connected to our power. All right. The 40 years of peace and abundance through Solomon. Why? Because we was, all right, connected to our power. You see, Israel connected to, their power leads to greatness for us as a nation, man. All right. And the scripture go into it when, let's finish this and then we'll get that to prove it. It says, and ye shall seek me and find me when you shall search for me with all your heart, and I will be found of you, said the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, and I will turn away your captivity and will gather you from all nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, said the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, and will bring you again into the place where I caused you to be carried, all right, away captive. So now what's happening, man? The Lord is finna get ready to turn our captivity, turn away our captivity, man. and begin with us what being freed in the minds. You see, our minds are not being held captive anymore by Esau Edom. You see, as a man, we understand, all right, as men of Israel, we are understanding what our purpose is, man. And that's to serve Yahweh by Shema Shai righteousness, man. You know, to teach, the nation the right way. That's the duty of the men of Israel, man, to enforce their righteous standard. See, the order is for the Israelite man to be in tune, all right, with our power, and we're in tune with our power through Yahweh Shai, all right, and Yahweh Shai is in tune with the Father. You see, he was in perfect, all right, he was in perfect agreement to the will of the Father, and now the men of Israel are being in perfect agreement unto the will of Yahweh Shai. And see, the woman is supposed to be under perfect agreements under the man. You see that? So now we're all being set back in order, and everybody benefits. You see, that gets us out of captivity. You see that? That's gonna get the Israelite man from working and clocking in and having to wake up, throw yourself out of bed in the morning and you know deal with all this madness and chaos and all in traffic and paying bills and all. See, we finna be led out of there. See, we're being prepared for greatness, man, beyond this way of existing now. Now those same men that work these little, jobs are going to be set up in rulership, and the women that have conformed, all right, that are humbling down under those men, all right, they, all right, are finna be set up. We're being prepared for greatness, man. It ain't just a, because now in this society, being under Israelite man is looked at as a downgrade for a woman. Serving Yahweh by Shema Shai is looked at as a downgrade to into this society. Because even men, like the men, all right, of the tribes, Jake, he looks at serving the Lord as boring. He look at it as something insignificant. He's being limited. He's being restricted. He can't chase the bag like he want. He can't deal, with all the women he want. There's a standard. So that our people look at serving the Lord as a restriction, but they don't understand this is nothing but preparation, for greatness, man. All right. I think when you go to is it Malachi 3? Let me see. Yep, this is Malachi 3 and 14. It says, "Ye have said it is vain to serve the Most High, and what profit is it that we have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai of hosts?" See, our people think it's a vain thing to serve our power. You see, they don't see the vision of the end game, what this is leading up to. All right, let's say like a man that humbles down, all right, to the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai, because you're going to take losses, man. You ain't gonna be able to put all your energy into this society, when you come to serve the Lord. We still do what we gotta do to maintain our situation. We gotta work, pay bills, do particular things. All right. But there's a lot of things that we miss out on because we've put, we put, our energy into serving how by Shema Shai now. So you're gonna take losses. You're not gonna be as appealing, all right, to Eve and the women of this society, because why? You're coming in different energy now. You have a different purpose now. And ultimately we're not from this world. So the more you tap into your Yahweh Shai and the more you believe what's written, the more conformed you're gonna be into your Yahweh Shai, which is completely contrary to this society, and you gotta get to the point where you don't care about that. Like I said in the earlier lesson, this week, we gotta accept being the outcast. It is what it is. So what, man? All right. So what about the opinion of people that's finna die, man? All right. Yeah, how about Shema Shai finna put a lot of these people to death while he's preparing, that remnant, for greatness. He has the majority of our people that they just here awaiting a horrible death, man. So why try to stay in tune with these people? Be worried about what these people got going on, man. All right. But this is the mindset of Jake. It says, "You have said it is a vain thing to serve the Most High, and what profit is it if we have kept His ordinance?" Yeah, And then I said, the Israelite woman. All right. Today she looks at being under man as a downgrade because the serpent has given her such liberty and opportunity to be so much, within this society, to be a queen, a diva, a boss, and you know, to be worshipped, a baddie, you know. And it says in there, we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts, yeah, because we're vexed, with this current society, while our people are indulged into it. And it says, and now, verse 15, and now we call the proud happy. Yeah, they that work wickedness are set up. Yeah, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered. So they look at Esau, Edom, and how they're set up, and they envy, all right, the oppressor, man. They like said the people that's winning are the ones that's involved in wickedness. They set up. They're looking at the current, the temporary. All right, but they don't understand that this has an expiration date. The Lord's finna judge this place, man. You see? So this is the mindset of our people. They look at serving Yahweh Shema Shai as a downgrade. And in this society, it seems like that. But see, let me see. They don't understand, the greatness and the goodness of our power, man. Like the way we finna be set up, man. Okay, you missed out on having a record deal, or you missed out being a professional athlete, or you missed out, being this great entrepreneur in this society. That's not gonna compare to them thrones, brothers. All right, that doesn't even compare. You won't even be able to. All right, when the Lord set His people up, you're not even gonna think about, what you could have been, in America, man. All right. Uh, you ain't gonna think about, what these men, possess on this side. All right. So let's all right, this Proverbs 15:33 says, "The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility." You see? So we're going through the phase of humility before we come into the honor, man. And see the way that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to, bless His people, man. It's going to be eternal. Like this is going to be an eternal way. Like the men of Israel are gonna be set up in eternal seats of rulership, man. All right, you women, you're gonna be set up in eternal seats of comfort. All right, you're gonna have servants, man. But it comes with that humility now. All right, and the Most High is testing the integrity of Israel, the men and the women. Can the men, all right, sacrifice, clout and status and pleasures of this life, you know, to put forth their energy for the world to come? Can women, get off of that pedestal that Esau has gave them in this society and come up under those men, for a life of eternal, abundance? You see, it's all a test of integrity because right now it don't look glamorous. And the Most High wanted to be like that. You see, he wanted not to look glamorous because either you're gonna believe what's written or you not, man. Ain't no in between. All right. Let's get that in get this in Sirach. Mm-hmm. Just let me get that in Sirach. All right, this is Sirach 10 and 20. All right. It says, among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes. The fear of the Lord goes before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Yeah, so the fear of the Lord goes before obtaining authority, you know. So the rulership, that's to come, all right, is gonna be for those men that have feared Yahweh Bashim Al Shai in these latter times and have what? Repented and started conforming, man. All right, to Yahweh Shai, you know? And it says, verse 22, it said, whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter our financial status. It doesn't matter if we're popular. It doesn't matter about clout. Our glory comes from the fear of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. That's what we possess, all right? And that's what we prioritize higher than anything, man. You see? Because we know Yahweh Bashim Al Shai can turn nothing into, something we can't even fathom, man. Just being obedient. Through obedience, the Most High can do what he want with any situation, man. All right? So we treasure, obedience and faith and understanding above these external things that this society has to offer. And it says, verse 24, it says, great men, it's Sirach 10 and 24, it says, great men and judges and potentates shall be honored, yet is there none of them greater than he that feareth the Lord. You see? And potentates goes into rulers. So, you have all these different rulers and different positions and, people with status in this society, but that's not going to compare to the glory that the Lord is going to give his men, that have humbled down to this word, man. That it's not going to compare. The brother Yashamah tribe of Judah put up Proverbs 23 and 18. For surely there is an end, and our expectation shall not be cut off, man. Our expectation not going to be cut off, man. We serve the Lord expecting, what, man? That glory, that reward. You see, a brother can put that up in Hebrews 6. All right, and 10. You see. And brother can put up, I think, 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. Let me take this down. Say, yep. We'll get some from you brothers on the comment board, All right, this is Brother Awalam Award 144K. It's in Psalm 96 and 6. It says, honor and majesty are before him, strength and beauty are in his sanctuary, man. And you guys say the Most High is unlimited into what he can do for his people. You see, this society is very limited on how it can, reward you. It is limited. But see, the Most High has no limitations, man. So everything flows through him, man. And he's limitless. All right. We can't even begin to comprehend, his power and his resources. All right. And that's what we're being prepared for, man. All right. This is the hopeful elect too. This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 9 said, but as it is written, I have not seen nor ear heard, neither have it entered into the heart of men, all right, the mind of men, the things which the Most High have prepared. You see that? For them that love him. See? Prepared for greatness, man. All right. We've been prepared for greatness, that's beyond comprehension, man. You see? This is on Yashamah tribe of Judah, Hebrews 6 and 10 said, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have showed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. All right. Which you have showed towards his name and which you have ministered to the saints and do minister, man. So the Most High, all right, he's not unrighteous, man. He's going to reward their labor, man. All right. And the Most High put us in the spirit to where we don't care about this society. Why? Because we are being prepared for greatness, man. All right, you few sisters, you don't care about, you know, what the women or your family or your friends say. You know, they might call you dumb, you know, for believing in something like this. You know, you become an outcast by what you believe. Well, you don't care because you understand the greatness that's to come with it, man. You know, and there's nothing like fulfilling your role, all right, your duty, you know, within your how about Shemal Shah. All right, as men, we know what we're supposed to do. You know, and the women that get it, they understand what they're supposed to do, and there's a fulfillment when you're doing what you were created to do, man. You know, we wasn't created to be, you know, dunk no basketball forever, man. All right, and be in the booth, you know, be on these blocks and all this crazy shit. We wasn't created to do that, man. You know, this is on Yashima tribe of Judah. Said, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shah, like as I have brought all this great evil upon this people, so will I bring them all the good that I promised them. You see that? And this Bible is full of, you know, good promises, man. You know, this Bible is full of promises, man, to the people, to the Lord's people, beginning with the elect, man. All right. I think that's it might be Zechariah 9. You know, if a brother can post Zechariah the 9th chapter. Yeah, brother can put Zechariah 9. Zechariah 9, 16, and 17. You know, but that's a heavy precept, man. Reads again, this Yashima tribe of Judah, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, like as I have brought all these great evils upon this people, so will I bring upon them all the good that I have promised them. You see, because our punishment was written in, like, see, the Most High God is set up where our punishment and our blessing was written in the same book. So he's not going to be unrighteous where everything that was written about us being punished, you know, happened. But then when it comes to the goodness, he gonna draw back. No, he's gonna shower us with blessing, man. Just as he was on our ass, all right, for for our punishment, you know, he's gonna overwhelm us with blessing, man. Because we was overwhelmed, like this captivity, especially this last captivity that we went in, we was overwhelmed, man. All right, the things that was being done to our people, we was being overwhelmed with punishment, man. So how much more is he gonna overwhelm us with goodness, man? All right, let's get that in Zechariah. All right, 9 and 16. It says, and the Lord, all right, how about Shema Shah, that power shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown lifted up as an ensign upon his land. Yeah. So the Lord said that we're gonna be as stones on the crown, like an accessory. All right. When you see somebody, you know, that's decked out with these different accessories, you see, that's how the Lord gonna do his people. He's gonna pretty much, we're gonna be like an accessory of Yahweh Shema Shai in the earth. We get those new bodies, you know, we have those spiritual powers. We're gonna be like an accessory of Yahweh Shema Shai in the earth, man. You know? And it says, verse 17. All right. Now this is Zechariah 9 and 16. It says, for how great is the goodness, how great is his goodness. You see, we've seen his punishment. All right. And we see how he get down. We don't want no parts of it, man. And then even the missiles and the punishment that's to come. All right. We see how he get down, all right, in his anger, man. And the elect get it. See, the elect, we pretty much through our faith and obedience, hey, we tapping out. Like, no, I get it. I don't want no more of this. You see? And what? We're striving to be part of the goodness that he has promised, man. It says, for how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty. It says, corn shall make the young men cheerful, all right, and new wine the maids, all right, the men and the women, are going to enjoy the kingdom. We're all going to enjoy the kingdom because corn is what? And wine are substances, man. All right. And when you're in rulership, you have abundant access to resources, man. You know? And these heathens are going to make these resources they're going to do the labor to make the resources enjoyable, all right, for the men and women of Israel, man. You see? So this is what we're coming into, man. The Most High is preparing us for greatness, man, for his goodness. Now it's time to tap into the goodness of the Lord, man. All right. We done seen his bad side, man. It ain't nothing nice, man. All right. This is Yashima tribe of Judah. This is Psalms 31:19. It says, "Oh, how great is thy goodness which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee." You see that? For them that fear thee, the Most High has it laid up. You know, and it's just like somebody, that goes to prison. His homeboy, is saving money up for him when he get out. And by the time he get out, this man is a millionaire. All right, he comes out of prison, he's a millionaire. All right, well, that's how the Lord is doing for his people, except on way larger scale. When we come out of this prison sentence, man, what we finna come into, man. And it says, "Oh, how great is thy goodness which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men." It said that trust in him before the sons of men. And see, people are finna see that we trust our power through our action, man, as we don't bow down to the image of the beast. People are finna see through our actions that we trust in him, man. All right. This is the brother, Elder Hawad, GMS, North Carolina. All right, 777. This is 1 Corinthians 9:17. Said, "For if I do this thing willingly, which is to teach, I have a reward." You see? And man, we should be willing to teach, man. Well, Yahweh Shai did for us, man. We should be willing to teach, man. We should be jumping out of the bed, to teach, man. All right. It said, "But if against my will a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me," yeah, we have an office, man. All right, and it ain't got nothing to do with our emotions, man. We have an office to fulfill, all right, and it has nothing to do with our emotions. You see? Hope for let brother lighten it up. All right. It says the hope for elect too. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:5. It says, "And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them." See, we're being proven now. The Lord taking us through this is the proving grounds. This captivity, this situation that we find ourselves in. All these mandates going around. People switching sides and all these different things happening. Well, this is our ground for proving before we're rewarded. All right. It said, "For the Most High proved them," which means this is speaking of the past tense, we've been proven. That's why those, the men, all right, the elect are going to be greatly rewarded, and found them worthy for himself, man. So right now we're being found worthy, man. Everything that we're going through, we're being found worthy, but we're being prepared for greatness, man. The way we're starting to think, the way we're starting to maneuver in the earth is we're being prepared for greatness, man. You see? So that's the point, Oh, will you brothers, all right, and you few sisters were edified, man. All right. Hey, we coming into some, some times of trying, but they said there's going to be a remnant that's going to be proved, that's going to make it through their trying, all right, and be greatly rewarded, man. So, focus on the reward, man. Move as if we have to move as if we know with assurance, that the Lord is going to reward his people, man. So Lord, will you brothers and you few sisters edify to the next time I say shalom. Hey, Korn Yasha Allah, Abab Abal, DTA soon. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, man.